The world is a mess and it's so overwhelming everywhere you look. There's something going on. There's some sort of problem that we are facing in one area or another. But listen, don't let it even start festering in your head. When you feel that anxiety, you feel that fear and doubt and anger, all that stuff, when you feel that first coming into your head, cut it off at the pass and start praying. It gets so overwhelming for me when I think about all this stuff, and you can't help but be scared a little bit, but you got to stop right there. You know, that initial fear is going to come no matter what, but you got to stop right there. Give it to God. Pray. I sound like a broken record, but I am big on prayer. That is our most wonderful ability as a human being, is to be able to talk to God. And He listens to us. What we say is important to Him. And sometimes what I have to do, I get so overwhelmed, I feel like I can't breathe. I go outside. Go outside where you can just look up and there's nothing between you and God. And you just pray. Take that deep breath of air that He gave us and pray. And He will give you a peace, because it doesn't matter how big the problems of this world are, and our individual problems. It doesn't matter how big they are. God is victorious over everything. Let me say that again. God is victorious over everything. There is nothing that He will not conquer. So if turning on the news scares you, unnerves you, makes you mad, talk to God about it. He is in control over everyone and everything. And what we see happening is not the end. It is not what is controlling us. Does that make sense? The devil's going to put up all kinds of things for us to see. He wants our trust and faith in God to disappear. He wants us to be mad at God. He wants us to be mad at the world. He doesn't want us to turn that focus in to God and what is really important, and that is our eternal destination. It's not this world. You know, God will help us get through this world until we make it to the next. You cannot focus on the ways of the world, or you will be miserable. It will eat you up. That's why the Bible says to put your focus on God. So do it. If you have to, get out in the middle of a field and just hit your knees and pray. And until you realize, don't leave that spot until you realize who is in control. And you pray to Him, and you keep your relationship, you keep that prayer line to God open. Because you can go to Him anytime about anything. It doesn't matter if the news scares you, if it makes you mad. Don't sit there and fester in it. That's what Satan wants you to do. And it is a battle of good and evil. It is the battle between God and Satan. But Satan's not going to win this battle. That's why he's so mad. And he's just really trying to poke everybody. It's like he's going around poking everybody, making everybody mad. So we'll all be mad at each other. You know, this life is just a vapor. We're only going to be here for a little while. So don't focus on the riches here on earth. Don't focus about what you can obtain on earth. Focus about storing your rewards for heaven. Keep your mind focused on God. You don't have time to let your brain soak in all that negativity. And listen, it doesn't matter what the world looks like, what you think might happen, and what suffering you might have to go through. If you've got God and you're following God and you pray, He will provide everything you need. He will provide everything that we need when we depend on Him, have faith in Him, trust Him, and ask Him. With God, there is no fear.